Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. It's your host DTR Movement this evening, and continuing with another Community Team Cup 2025 event, Match Day 4. This one is in Group A. Hey Richie, thank you for joining. Nice to have you in the chat. This one's Group A, so this is between TCC Community Racing and Project 1 Racing. So TCR versus P1R. P1R Seagull at the moment. As you can see in the background, there's quite a bit of moisture on the track, so looks like we will have some rain in this race. It's just being changed around now. I believe that's going to qualifying settings. And there's qualifying settings, and there it is, there's the clouds. And there we are. So we have some of that wet stuff to make it interesting. There's Sonic. So I'll run through the teams at the moment, but yep, so we have, as you can see here, high speed ring, and it's the reverse version of the track. Petrol, evening Petrol. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. And it's the reverse version of the track with the Toyota Hybrid TS50. Should be a cracking race this, actually, to be honest. I think it's a nice combination, track and car as well. So hardly any braking involved on this track, so I think there's one major braking area. Most of the time you can ease off. So interesting, because you have the regen scenarios too. Thank you Richie, thank you. And so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as well with the fuel, hybrid regen, the wets. And with regards to that, we have 42 laps of this track to complete this evening. So 42 laps, and the tyres available are racing softs, racing mediums, and racing hards, intermediates and wets. So I'm guessing that intermediates and wets might be the first choices early on, but we'll have to see on that. But racing softs are the mandatory tyres, so you must use racing softs. Drivers must use racing softs this evening at some point. So there is certain settings, weather settings, so it will be a little bit wet, possibly might dry out a little bit later on, but there are a couple of question marks over the weather as well, so over the settings. So yeah, it could be anything, which makes it all the more interesting for the race itself and for the drivers too, in terms of strats. So always nice when strats have a bit of a, or potentially have a bit of a mix to them. Always good, always good. And yeah, so fuel is ×4, tyre wear, sorry, is ×3 this evening for this race. Just to give you a heads up with the teams at the moment, so Project 1 Racing have started really well in the 2025 series so far. So 3 races and 9 points collected, so looking very good indeed. TCR as yet are yet to get their first points, but have had some very close races, to be honest. So yeah, it's not always points don't always tell how close some of the racing is with the teams. Really, it's very close sometimes. So yeah, hopefully they're looking maybe to get their account off and running tonight. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult race, obviously, for both, and the weather settings will be also make this very interesting indeed. TCR Sonic, so let's have a look through. So we've got Archivert, sorry, Valkyrie in the chat. Evening Valkyrie, lovely, thank you for joining us. Hope you can hear me well. But yeah, Archivert, no problem mate. Yeah, always try and help out whenever we can. So yeah, absolutely, do what we can when we can. Yeah, thankfully managed to get back in time, so all good. So Archivert there. And there's Shelty. Excellent driver, Shelty. For TCR. Moving on through. And then we have TCR Arumas. Frank 88 just going in front there, but yeah, so TCR Arumas. I hope that's right. From Holland, or representing the Holland flag there, so yeah. Nice looking liveries tonight as well, which is great to see. Of course, it's being Rancus, yeah, Magdalena. Good evening, Magdalena. And Tom as well, excellent stuff, yeah. Nice to have you in, Tom. Always good, always good. And be interesting to see how the dirty air sits with this as well. So yeah, we see how this works. Yeah, absolutely. Even in Tom. So yeah, going underneath there, we've got Seagull. Project 1 Racing Seagull as well. And we've got Matt 23 hours in chat as well. Evening, welcome. Seagull on turn 5. Best way to take it is to take up the high line on these, so you do want to be taking that green up on the top line. Line 5. This one, this corner, generally you come down through, but there are a couple of different ways you can run that final turn, final right-hander before the straight finish straight. Seagull Akoa. New Community Racing. You see that rain. Every mess back again. Yeah, will do, Richie. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lovely stuff. So there we are. That's not all the drivers. I think 1 or 2 must be in the pits. So let's just quickly look through now. Yep, so we have official as well. Dolo 1, Hodgson. Although some of these will probably be their names. So yeah, 42 laps. Excellent stuff. We'll have a bit of a warm-up first before we do qualifying. Trying to get used to the qualifying settings. With qualifying settings, it's slightly different. It's qualifying's 10 minutes, and you'll have no fuel and no tyre wear. So it's a straight sprint. So it really is a driver machine against the clock. Nothing to think about. Yeah, absolutely welcome to. Is Elio now onto the and Valkyrie? So there we are. There we go, France K88. Now Project 1 Racing. Very quick racer indeed. Sonic. There it is. Hodgson out on track. There he is. Nice to see you on track, Hodgson. Kevin GT. Thank you, Petrol, thank you. And Petrol we trust, yep. Shelty in the pits at the moment, so resting up. Redacted, TCR Redacted in there too. Thank you, Matt, thank you very much indeed. Hopefully you'll enjoy this evening's commentary. I hope. So, yeah, excellent stuff. So as you can see, the blue sky is coming over now. And you can see a dry line now starting, well I say a drier line starting to form around the track. There we go. We have in with us as well the race director, who is Reva. Raced against Reva 2. Some great racing with Reva, excellent stuff. Let's get a bit of moisture on those tyres, keep them a little bit cooler if you're using intermediates or the wets. Interesting, and always important to try and keep them a little bit cooler whenever you can. Straights generally are a good place to do it. Pick up a little bit more the moisture on there, keep them a little bit cooler. They'll wear that little bit longer. Corners it's trickier really. You do want to try and get yourself on the best part of the track. Evening official. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. Yep, absolutely. Wishing everyone good luck. Thank you. Very nice with some, yep, some spinny spinners. I like it. I like it. Oh, okay. So, sorry, that's better. So here we go. So generally, it works out where there's a 30-second separation. So here we go. Here starts the qualifying. Sonic leading out first. TCR will come out first, and then they will be followed by Project One Racing. Do it this way so that teams can get a bit of space between themselves, and a safer way to do it really, without drivers getting in each other's way or potentially getting in each other's way. So if anything does happen, it's generally accidental. So yeah, Sorty, nice to have you in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sonic will be the first one to cross the line, and there are a couple in the pits at the moment. There's your weather settings. Hippie! Hippie's in the chat too. Thank you for joining us. Nice to have you with us, Hippie. So, yep, Shelty, Arimas, Goa, Redacted, Archivert, Italia, 458, great driver, race with Italia, Kevin 2, France K88, Hodgdon, Valkyrie and Seagull at the moment currently waiting in the pits. They might just wait and see what happens with the conditions. So Sonic comes down off there, so Sonic will be the first driver then to post a time. Okay, with a 106.715, Shelty with a 105.490. Ikoa coming round now. Redacted just in front, so Redacted will probably come through first. And Redacted takes the pole at the moment. 8 tenths quicker than Shelty at the moment, so 104.649. Oh, well held, he's pushing, they're definitely pushing. Archivert has gone into P3, and Italia, France now into P3, France K88. TCR Redacted then still holding on to P1 at the current moment. All coming through. Again, we go through Redacted. We will flick through in a moment and just see if there's a better time coming through at the moment. 104.649. Will there be an improvement? Not quite, so we'll have a look, see what France is putting through here. A little view of Project 1 Racing 2, so let's have a look. And there we are, so yep, now we've got the correct showings, now that the two drivers have now joined the track, so it's all looking good. Slammer, welcome Slammer. Good evening, welcome in. Nice to have you with us. And France K88 with the 103.942, so currently holding P1 from Italia 458. We've raced with Italia too in the past. We know he's got quite a bit of pace. There's Italia there. Two tenths in front of Arumes, so Arumes put in a nice lap too. Into the mid 104s. Redacted has dropped down a little bit to P5, but still plenty of time there. Plenty of laps. Going through on the inside. Now, because this is such a short track, the drivers will now start interlinking a little bit. Not much you can do about that, obviously. So yeah, that will happen. But yeah, they go up. 4 tenths behind, we still have France. Hodgson actually is taking P2 there as well. So Hodgson up into P2. Arumes into P3. Redacted to go up. And move up through in a second. Now into 6, so it changes so quickly, and of course the conditions change slightly as well. The track slightly changing as well, so a little bit more pace to be had. Kevin GT goes into P2, so France K88 still holding P1. Archivert GT, let's see, currently in P6. Ooh, up into P2 by 3 thousandths of a second, just behind France at K88. Excellent. Look at that. And Hodgson. Wow, 103.383. So, yep, this could be very interesting now as the track looks like it's just getting a little bit drier. 103.6 now for Arumes, just coming through there. Times, this is going to be very interesting indeed. You can see just a little, there's still spray, but a little less spray now, or quite a lot less spray than what there was earlier, so slightly drying out. There's your info about IMs. Everyone will most likely be using the IMs, intermediates. Get that bit of wet on there if you can. Although saying that, it won't really matter for this on the qualifying. Kevin staying up the Seagull now. So Seagull takes P1. This is changing quite regularly. Everyone wants a piece of this. Everyone wants to get on that podium. Seagull with a 102.548 now. and setting a purple sector. Run party! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. So yeah, and 102.548, still on a purple sector. Beautiful line, beautiful line. Coming through, taking up a bit of that moisture. Shortest line, shortest distance, tight. There we go. Over to the wall. One, two, oh, and again, yes, so 102.4 improves on the time. And Seagull parks up, I think. Feeling that might be the optimum there for them. Valkyrie then in P2, excellent stuff from Valkyrie. Valkyrie in the chat and also out on track, so great stuff. Okay, just easing off a little bit, maybe warming up to hit turn 5. We'll have to see. Taking a bit more moisture here. So Kevin GT. And Kevin GT with a 102.341, so it goes P1. From Seagull, from Valkyrie, Redacted, pulled back up to P4, so excellent stuff from Redacted. Archivert, up to P5, Akoa, P6, France, K88 and P7, Hodgson P8. It's amazing how quickly these times are changing. Hodgson was P1 just a few laps ago, and it just changes so quickly. There we have France. Let's see if he's on a purple sector at all. Salty 103.1. No, he's on a blue. He's not too far off though. He's on for his own best time, if that's correct. Final lap then, so final lap it is. So we're currently running with France K88, who is on his final lap here for qualifying, bringing it through. Currently in P2, can he just get that little bit extra to get to that P1 to make podium? Take pole position, I should say. Be on the podium, possibly. 1 minute, 1 minute, 2. Oh, very close. France K88, P2, Seagull, P3 at the moment. Valkyrie coming through on P4, Italia, P5, we have Archivert, P6. TCR Redacted. P7, sorry, Archivert. Yeah, TCR Redacted in P8. P9, Arumas. P10 is Shalty. P11, Ikoa. P12, Sonic. We'll have a proper rundown in a moment when the qualifying officially finishes. But yeah. Wow. Oh, sorry, my bad. There we go. That's better. So yeah, just wait for the time to run down. Oops. So how close is this qualifying? How close are these times, people? Look at this. We will see at the end, obviously, but this is phenomenally close. Hodgson managed to sneak himself back up into P4, so well done to Hodgson too. Managing to get in and amongst the Project 1 racing drivers. But yeah, it is indeed petrol. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So it's a 1, 2, 3 for Project 1 racing. But some of that you can see. 600ths, 200ths. We go down 100th. And again, 100th, 100th, 700ths, 500ths, 2/10ths, It's still super close. Look at the 9 thousandths, 2 tenths, 2 hundredths, 1 tenth. Look at that, how close that is. How very close that is. So yeah, wow, very close indeed. Just got to wait now for this to run through. You can see the charge, so some of the drivers would have also been slowing up to recharge that and regen the battery to get a better lap time. It's going to be important to see how that works, how that plays out. But there we are, there we have it. So we have the results. Just save those as well. So we have Project One Racing, Kevin GT on pole position, 102.341. And then we had France K88 in P2, 102.4 and 102.4 again, but again so tight. Look at those times, with Seagull Hodgson getting in amongst it in P4 for TCR. Then we have Project One Racing Valkyrie in P5, Italia in P6, Archivert in P7, Redacted in P8 for TCR. And then we have Arumis in P9 for TCR, Shelty for TCR in P10, P11, Ikoa for TCR, and TCR Sonic in P12, bringing up the rear, but by no means, look at that, less than a second. So incredible, less than a second, splits 12 drivers. There we go. So that's how close this is going to be, people. It's quite a race. We know softs have to be used, so chances are it's going to be at least, obviously, going to be at least one pit stop. Fuel on 4, tyre wear on 3. So will be interesting to see how that goes. Davo, good evening, Davo. Good to have you with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go TCR, indeed, indeed. Yep, Hodgson's managed to get himself on a P4, so he's in amongst them. Has a chance. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race for sure. So we'll come back out. And we wait. Actually, I'll probably wait for that one, but wet start. So yeah, it will be a wet start. Again, we'll have a quick look at that again. But yeah, it will be a wet start. So IAMs will be needed. It's going to be just that bit too wet to gamble on other things, I think. But hey, who knows? What would I know? I love the circuit though. It's a great circuit, great track. Okay, looks like we're about to start. So here we go then. Yep, indeed. I'll go through the first laps, I believe. First couple of laps before I go on to all the general details. But we will at least get some race info on there. So it's a full start check for everyone. We'll sit with France. Kevin gets away. Hodgson manages to get himself up into P3. Good start by Hodgson. Up into P2. Excellent start. Old banger in the chat. Evening, evening, evening. Nice to have you with us. There we go. So Hodgson up into P2. So we've got France leading it out in P1. Hodgson P2. Kevin in P3. But yeah, one or two others managed to get in amongst it now. Coming through the S bends. Over the bridge. There we are. 2 bridges here, of course. Kevin holding line. Hodgson P3. Excellent lines, excellent lines. Well done, everybody. Hodgson going on the inside of Kevin GT, taking P2. Kevin sitting right back in, using the slip, and going back up on the inside. This is going to happen quite a bit, I believe. Seagull going round the outside potentially. Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent racing. Oh, is he up on the barrier? Might have just slid up onto there. You got absolutely no benefit on that one at all. Absolutely nothing at all. So if you are on that one, yeah, by accident, and it can take some of your time away. We still have France. We'll keep amongst the group here. Yeah, that Toyota powering away. Oof. Italia up to P5. Valkyrie, Kevin, Seagull, France still out in front at the moment. Heading what is almost a train of Toyotas, TS50s. Weather will change, so we'll see how that plays out now. That alters driver's strats as this goes through, but excellent so far. Everyone keeping pretty much in touch. There's not too many gaps. Whatever gaps there are could quite easily be made. Back up, so Hodgson again up on the inside of Italia. Again, Italia keeping pretty close attention. Shelty and Sonic came through with Hodgson at the same time there. Shelty a little wide. Valkyrie, Kevin. Seagull in France still the 4 Project 1 Racing drivers out in front. Hodgson at P5, let's go on down back through. So 6 is Sonic. Going through underneath is Ikoa, taking a slightly different line. Archivert on the inside now. Will he manage to keep the run going through? He has. Just. Yep. Using a little bit of slip from Sonic. And there we go. Ikoa just sitting behind Archivert, going through on the inside possibly, but not quite making it. Very tricky. Optimum speeds really for that particular corner is to try and take it as high and as wide as you can. Not impossible to pass, but yeah, that's where your main pace will come from. Going through the S's, love this little part of the track. It can catch you out as well, but you can make quite a little bit of time coming through here. It's really important to get that exit absolutely spot on so that you're running now down to turn 5. Staying as close to the green really is generally, there we are, beautiful lines, generally the best line to keep. Coming down through turns on the inside and onto the start and finish straight to complete what will be a lap 4 heading into lap 5. 37 laps to go, people, 37 laps to go. I'll hit back up a little bit now. Sonic and P6, and a few little gaps opening up now though, which will happen. Hodgson to Valkyrie now, just 3/10 away from Hodgson. Looking definitely in the slip, so we'll look to try and capitalise on that as best as possible. We will have a look at the tyres in a moment and see what everybody's on, so bear with me for that as we'll get onto lap 6. Start on lap 6. Valkyrie, yeah, staying in touch there with Hodgson, and you'll see the tenths come down pretty quickly. Doesn't take long. Lapping GT, even Latin, lapping, even in Rat. Nice to have you with us. So yeah, Valkyrie making a move round to the outside. Hodgson pulls back in, keeping in touch with the slip. Gotta be so careful, if you just get up onto that ridge, it bites you. It's almost like a magnet, and it just sucks you onto that barrier, and you just lose quite a bit of time once you hit that barrier. Hodgson with Sonic now, so Sonic with Hodgson. Archivert in P7. Redacted in P8, so we'll go down through. 104.367 so far with Redacted, but showing a purple sector at the moment. Staying high on the green. Good lines. Good lines. Redacted goes through our purple sector. Let's see if Redacted has been able to put that through and convert that purple sector into, oh, unlucky, okay, but into the 103s. So times are now starting to come down a little bit more. Shelty just behind. Shelty probably want to try and stay in touch use each other's slip a little bit, keep in touch with each other. Echo are just sitting behind as well. Italia in P11 at the moment, but this can all very much change. Ian, good evening. Welcome in. Good to have you here, mate. So, yeah. Long way to go. Be so careful. That's it. Lovely. Well done. Turning up P11. Taking up a bit of moisture. Keeping those tyres a bit cooler. Arena's just dropped off at the back. Maybe had a spin. Probably missed that. Yeah, looks like it could have been actually in lap 2, perhaps. So unlucky there for Arumas. But yep, plenty of time to go. Just keep focusing, keep pushing. Anything can happen on this track, especially in these conditions. So yep, keep pushing as best you can. So back up to France. So France going on a purple sector, and let's just have a look at some info. And so we'll display all, so we can have a little look at tyres now. So yeah, intermediates, and we'll go through and show all the drivers' tyres. The important bit now will be at what point drivers are prepared to gamble, but also keeping in mind that tyre wear and fuel is also going to be a thing here. So as you can see, just over half a tank and only 9 laps down, so it's very much a high speed ring, exactly what it is. So there aren't too many times where you can sort of save that fuel. It's pretty much hitting top out all the time. This is the only section really where you can sort of save a little bit of fuel, maybe short shifting. Otherwise it's pretty flat out most of the time. Very tricky to save fuel. But 3 seconds out in front at the moment, France K88. And a 102.9. Kevin says that, but yeah, Kevin's showing the fastest lap at the moment of 103.007. That's the fastest lap so far. We'll stay on with France just for a second. Finish this lap. 103.286. So there we are. Seagull P2. Also onto the intermediates. You can see slightly different wear for Seagull. A bit more wear there for Kevin as well. Very similar. And Valkyrie as well. So far it's Project 1 Racing 1, 2, 3, 4 with Hodgson in P5. Just 2.7 seconds of drift again. It doesn't take much for things to change on this track. A little bit of weather, a slight change in strat. The odd gamble here and there can make all the difference. High line onto the greens and down through, taking up that moisture, cooling down that tyre as much as possible. As you can see, it's slightly drying out now, and it's important now to try and stay on that wet part of the track as much as possible. Hitting that dry line really does take the wear out of the tyres. But you can see why the choice of IMs was the tyre to go. Redacted still there too. Shouty. So yeah. Sonic also. Italia. Everybody running on intermediates. I wonder if Arumas might contemplate a gamble. But yeah, be interesting. Flash Dagger. Evening. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, starting to get nice and stable, a little bit more steady now. So putting those nice laps in, keeping that high line. Well done. K88 still in P1. 3.4 seconds the difference currently at the moment between France on the purple sector. So yeah, after a purple lap. Seagull P2, and then we have Kevin GT and Valkyrie and P4 looking after each other. No need to battle each other at this point, so absolutely none at all. Just a case of keeping on each other's toe, keeping on each other's slip, and just looking after those tyres and the fuel as best you can. Valkyrie there, 1.3, Hodgson 4.4, just drifting off a little bit. Oh, okay, yes, tyre wear now, so that's going to be the factor there. Very hard once that tyre drops off. It's very difficult on the cornering, especially the front left. So yeah, you rely on that to keep you just inside. There we go. So yep. MP5 though, staying ahead of Arcavert. We'll want to stay there as long as possible, and even get to a point whereby pushing forward maybe. Lap 13 so far, so almost a third the way through. Lap 14 will be a third the way through the race. The high lines there. And going up high on the wide. That can sometimes work. Out wide, so in comes Hodgson. He's the first one to come in. A few are coming in as well, so yeah, tyre changes will be coming. Let's see what comes on. So Hodgson coming in. Some extra acceleration coming off now, so Valkyrie, Seagull getting out. It is, yeah, the regen's very different. So some are able to manage to keep a little bit more, but it also sinks obviously as soon as you accelerate, and then you have to regen that at some point. And this track hasn't always got a lot of great places to get that regen going again, but I do believe it does build up a little bit. But yeah. These are the areas where you've got to rebuild that regen, so that when you come out, you've then got maximum amount of speed. Coming at the T5, a little bit of braking there, just a little bit on the end, and away you go, and regen gone. So there we are, straight on to the engine power. Sonic in T12 at the moment, P12 I should say, sorry, T12 TCR. So P12. I'll go back through redacted, and Nico are also pitted in, so they're also going to be changing on to the racing mediums here. So Sonic on the racing mediums, Hodgson on racing mediums. Arcavert currently in front. Shelty, so these drivers have stayed out. On the IMs, obviously have got their eyes on a slightly different strat. Can't always have the situation where one or two are also making sure they're covering each other's moves. Kevin and Valkyrie, P4 and P5. After each other, and there we are. And now okay, so Kevin is on the racing softs. We've got Valkyrie on the racing softs too. So they're getting the mandatory tyres out of the way. That's the racing softs are the mandatories, so they've got those. They're getting those out of the way. And yeah, racing mediums for France. K88 Seagull just in the distance there behind. I say in the distance, not too far behind. Staying on that dry line. So yeah, once you're on those dry tyres. So you need to try and stay on the dry parts of the track as best as you can, so you don't encourage the tail, especially on the corners. So France in P3, Seagull in P4. So far Italia with a 1:01.9 with the fastest lap. So currently in P5. So yep, utilising the racing softs as well. Yep. Again, they are the mandatory tyre. Setting purple sector again by 0.2. We'll stay on with Italia for this lap, see how it goes. Yellow flag, so there's a yellow flag in front. Okay, oh, Seagull is spun. Seagull has spun. So unlucky. And that's going to be difficult to get off there. Oh, thankfully there's a bit of ghosting. But yeah, that's so difficult when you're on the dry tyres. Very unlucky, and also has some damage there. Very unlucky. But yeah, very difficult once you spin out and you're on the wet stuff. It's very hard to get back onto the dry. So yeah, very tricky. But yep, still 25 laps yet to go, so plenty of time. Everything can still change around. The rumours then. So rumours on the racing mediums. Just 3 seconds behind now, so he's caught up some time. Well done. We'll go back through. Back to Valkyrie again up front. So Valkyrie gets slightly a bit of damage on the front end. Coming down through. 102.8. France in P2. There are some different strats, definitely. Yep. So some on the racing mediums, some on the racing softs. So the racing softs on the strat, like I said, the other mandatory. So those on racing mediums will have to change again because they will have been on intermediates, and they will be on the racing mediums, and then they will have to change onto the softs. But some, I'm thinking, maybe some of the teams are even floating with different strats so that they can cover all bases as well. So just working maybe as pairs and just sort of thinking, right, okay, a couple of us do this, a couple of do that. So that's it. Stay, keep that dry line. There we go. Well done. Italia P3, and then Kevin GT in P4. So yeah, Italia was down in sort of P11 at one point, and then picked himself back up to around about P8, and now he's in P3 at the moment. So it just goes to show, as the changes of the conditions and the tyre requirements take effect, how things can change in such a quick track. 101.9 still with Italia, showing a purple sector there at the moment. Still got a nice bit of green battery, so yep, still got a nice bit of regen in there. Kevin GT and P4 just keeping behind. Ah, yeah, tricky. Hit that wet stuff. Hit that wet stuff. That's very difficult. It will spit you up onto the top, and you don't gain anything doing that. Absolutely nothing at all. So yeah. Kevin GT keeps keeping in, keeping close attention. Yeah, let's go down. 9 seconds behind now is Hodgson. So there are a few gaps just opening up now. Hodgson coming on down through. On 103.1. come through, redacted. Auto coaching, so we have a few here now. So we'll stay around this part here. 6, 7, 8 and 9. Looks like where the racing action is. The main action. Ecoa, Archivert and Shelty just behind. So, yep. Going round on the outside. Well done, well done. Very brave. One slightest little error there and we're going to hit that wet stuff. So, yeah. Pretty much single file through this part. You won't really want to do too much more than that. And just go through. Shelty Ecoa going on the outside, keeping in Shelty's toe, making the most of the slip. Coming out Archivert, tucking back in. Oh, you've got to be so careful when you're carrying that little bit of damage on the front. Ecoa, Archivert has gone through. It hurts. Archivert then will now try and get back towards Shelty. There you go, that's the line. Keep it in that dry stuff. So Seagull into P9, so Seagull has managed to get himself back up into P9. He fell back down to P11 as we remember. With that spin, he's managed to get himself back up to P9. And not too far away from Archivert as well, so he's only 2 seconds behind. It's not on heavy, so damage is weak. So he will pick up that damage, but it will burn off. So, yep, definitely burns off. Thankfully, especially with the rain. Okay, we're going through. So, this being evening ×2 settings, so as the race goes on, we will get that sun dropping down. We will get the sunset coming. Should look pretty beautiful around here. Shelty with redacted. Shelty carrying the pace, takes over into the front. Redacted tucks in behind, using the slip. Keeping close attention to his teammate. There we go. 1.2, 102.8 there. We will go through to the front guys again in a moment just to see how they're getting on, see if anything's changed. Francis up in front. I believe he was in P2 for a little while, so he's gone up into P1. But redacted right with Shelty and Archivert. These three. Keeping each other company. Careful of the wet stuff. Oh, yeah, careful of that wet stuff. It's going to be so pretty accurate going through some of the corners now. Especially as the drier tyres wear as well. And you see the track. Still little bits of spray here and there. But you can still use that to try and keep the tyres cool. So even with the dry tyres, the moisture will help to cool them off a little bit, so you get that little bit longer wear. Hodged up into P2 now, so obviously with some pitting going on. So yep, hodged up into P2. France still holding P1 at the moment. "13 seconds between France K88 and Hodgson GT. We've still got quite a bit of fuel to go through as well yet, so we'll be probably looking to only 26 laps gone, 16 to go. Sounds epic. Through the tunnel. Sounds great. And plenty of regen there, so yeah, looking after the regen really, really well, I believe. Well done, Hodgson. P2, 5 seconds in front of Shelty at the moment in P3. Yeah, absolutely, yeah, will do, Richie. So yeah, I mean, we saw that France had a good amount there, so yeah, definitely, as you can see, quite a bit of battery life there. Looking after it really well. Certainly understanding how to get the best. And you really do, it's definitely a technique with these, the hybrids, the regens. I'll try and do the best you can to maximise as much of that battery as you can. That's where your power's coming from, your acceleration, the extra boost. And I've jumped down to Hodgson, you see, so just burning off there. Let's go on, coming up to a regen zone now as the brakes for T5, and then it spawns off. Shelty has a little bit more regen going on. I'll give it. So yeah, managing to keep a little bit of regen there. I'll give it. Oh, redacted. Sorry, yeah. And then we have Seagull. Seagull also managing to keep a fair bit of regen at the moment, so good battery life being maintained. Right on the back end of redacted. Coming down low, back out wide, tight line, keeping to the left, through the tunnel to the S's. To the left and over the bridge. And then around to T5. Hitting the green. The higher line is drying off now at the top end, so everyone's being able to manage to utilise the top ends again. And you can see the track now. Certain areas there's nothing really coming up, not too much spray coming up either, so only the odd little splash here and there. So you go keeping on going. Good amount of battery life for co-op. Yeah, very tricky. No life there, but good tyre wear. Lots of regen there for Aruma, so good battery. Aruma's obviously has started to learn how to use that 101 by the looks of things. We're into the 101s now. We could even get maybe a bit lower as the track dries out. Sonic, Valkyrie, Italia, Purple, Kevin GT there as well, so yeah. Lap 30 of 42, 12 laps remaining after this. And France, KAD8, 15 seconds in front at the moment from Hodgson. No worries Richie. Yeah, certainly knows how to look after the battery. Looking after the battery is going to be really important. Knowing your regen, how to get that regen going and look after that battery. It is, yeah, absolutely, and there is a technique to this car, definitely, to get the best performance from it, especially once you get into a certain amount of laps, and you need to on this track because it certainly is You certainly can eat the battery, as there aren't that many places to really get that regen going. Yeah, it probably will. It probably will. Yeah, and we know that can happen sometimes. Again, 15 to go there. 15. So yeah, 15 to go. Sorry. Hodgson on P2. Archibald P3. Shelty on P4. Seagull on P5. So Seagull, like I say, you see, it can change so much. Yeah, but well, that's very possible, Richie. Yeah, definitely. You have to imagine that. Oh, crikey! Well, there you go. Italia's on a 1 minute .3, and yeah, so you've got to imagine that that is very, very much doable here this evening to break that 1 minute barrier. We know a few drivers are yet to sit onto their softs. So it'll be interesting to see that. Now goes Seagull towards the left. Shelty moving out, trying to cover a little bit there, and then pulls in behind Seagull. Using the slip, trying to keep tight. Seagull pulling away. Good battery life again. And Shelty's battery life, oh, just getting a bit of regen there, but yeah. Losing a little bit. Redacted also in a similar situation, so yeah, you see, so our battery life is so important. Taking care of that battery, getting that regen when you can. But it's looking pretty equal at the moment in terms of this overall score. Obviously we did have the situation where we had a 1-2-3 on qualifying by Project One Racing, which would have given them a maximum of 6 points for qualifying. So they had that carrying through into the race. But as you can see, you've got a 1-2-3 at the moment in the race. And then we have 4, 5 and 6 is TCR currently. We'll move on through. And we see Racing Hards there, so redacted on Racing Hards. Okay, maybe redacted will then change onto the Racing Softs. There we go, Mercury. So yeah, 3 more, and that's interesting, isn't it? So you've got 3. So you've got top 3. Project One Racing, 4, 5 and 6 is TCR, 7, 8 and 9 is Project One Racing, 10, 11 and 12 are TCR. So it's a strange split this, into splits of 3s. Hodgson though, now fueled and Racing Softs to the finish. And same with Arimas 2. Sonic also will be looking to try and do that too. So, and now we'll check where France is now. We haven't seen France for a while, so let's go and find France. KAC8, it's still out of P1 at the moment. 6 to 7 tenths in front of Seagull. Amazing how that has changed around, isn't it? I remember mentioning Seagull and P11. Doesn't seem that long ago, and then there we are in P2, so it changes so quickly. But yeah, France on the Racing Softs now, so he's going to be thinking, yep, fueled up to the end. Good battery life. And Seagull coming in for the last time. I think that's going to be Racing Softs as well there. So we'll cut back out. We have Kevin, Valkyrie, Italia, Kevin, and then Hodgson. Hoxton, I should say, sorry. Oh, I'll give that 6 tenths behind at the moment. Both have pitted in, so both will be going till the end. And Seagull as well, so Seagull will be coming out looking to try and catch up with his teammate keep each other company if they can. Shelty just 9/10 behind. So everyone's almost pitted in, almost ready to the end. So a little bit of wear in P12 at the moment, but yep, still pushing, still will try and do the best they can. So France still out in front with a 1 minute .011, so crikey. Excuse me. We'll be looking to there we are, there's a purple as well under the tunnel through the S's on a purple sector. Archivert with a 59.496. So the first sub 1 minute coming from Archivert GT. 59.496, so quite a... It is, yeah, absolutely. So France K88 is also going to be going into the 59s here. No doubt about that. So we're into the 59s. There we go, 59.6. Valkyrie coming through now in P2. And racing mediums. Italia as well. So I think Italia already did the softs, I think. Can't remember. I remember Valkyrie might have done it too, or they might need to. Interesting. Okay. From Italia, Kevin GT. On the racing mediums. Project 1 Racing, so P1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 at the moment, but Hogston still in touch with Archivert. Archivert making that pass and setting that fastest lap, and also with a 59.628, but Hogston must be pretty close, so he must be into the 59s too. We'll have a little check. Oh, not quite, but will be, I would imagine, at the end of this lap. If he can keep close, keep that slip. See how the tyres are burning through there, but 5 laps, 6 laps, 5 laps to go at the end of this lap. There we are. Yeah, 59.9. There we go. Sub 1 minute for Hogston. He joins the sub 1 minute club. Seagull just 3.5 seconds behind Hogston as well. 59.329. Wow, so Seagull now, and in the purple sector on the after the first sector, so on purple. Lap 38. Aruna's P8. P9 is Shelty. P10 is redacted. These three will try to look after each other, work together, perhaps try and work together, maybe try and pull themselves back up towards Seagull if they can. Go up. Let's see if Akoa can possibly break that in 1 minute. Not quite, so yeah, but with a 1 minute 3:57 lap time so far. Sonic, I think, just getting lapped there by France K88. Yeah, 1 minute 2 down, so yeah, looks like it probably was. Racing softs through to the end. We'll keep pushing, we know Sonic will keep going. We'll go back up to France, so they'll be on the same straight there. Still holding P1. 3 laps to go. Still has battery in there too. Well, yeah, we'll just have a quick little look, because I know Seagull was starting to peg back on Hogston. So we'll have a little look. Valkyrie, and there's Italia, so they'll be looking after each other. No brave moves will be made now, I don't think. Kevin GT also not too far behind, just 3 seconds behind those two. Archivert, half a second in front of Hogston. And there you go, you could just hear the engine of Seagull just behind, so we'll click on. There we are, so 2.6 at the moment. So Hogston will be hoping to try as much as he can to stay in the tow of Archivert, and that might just keep them away. But if you look at Seagull now, the difference, tyre wear is very different. So there's your tyre wear there. Yeah, just 1.9 at the moment. .9 seconds. Looking very... Yeah, they are looking quite worn, the front and left. That, which of course on this track, being that it is a right-hander, the front and the left-hand tyres do take the most battering. Seagull now down to 9. Those tyres have almost gone. It's almost gone. You can see the front left tyre now of Hogston is completely dead. So he's at the begging mercy now of Seagull, and now on to the final lap. Seagull with 6 tenths down. You can see right with him now. Can Hogston hold on? Can he hold on? Hogston, yes, the tyre has just... He just couldn't keep it, just couldn't hold it. Just couldn't hold it. So unfortunate at that point. Just couldn't hold it going through turn 1. To a long... Seagull coming on through, so Archivert, Kevin, and we'll come back through now because Kevin, it's France K88, P1, well done, congratulations to France. K88, so Project 1 Racing P1 with France K88. P2 is Valkyrie, Italia P3, Kevin GT P4, and then we have Archivert in P5, Seagull in P6. Well done, congratulations, well done Hogston, very unlucky there with the tyres at the end. Shelty and Aruma's just coming through as well, redacted. Coming through, Sonic has already passed through, so it's just a case of waiting now for Ekoa. Well done, and there you go, slidey slides, there we go. Excellent stuff, yep, GG's, well done, fantastic racing. And there we are, clean race and victory to Project 1 Racing France K88, congratulations, well done. And then we'll move on to here, so yep. Just save that real quick and then we'll click onto here. So there we are, the results after 42 laps on match day 4 between TCC Community Racing and Project 1 Racing is France K88 P1 with total time of 44.37. Valkyrie 12 seconds behind in P2. Italia also just a bit more than 12 seconds behind in P3, so that's your 1, 2, 3. Excellent stuff by Project 1 Racing there. And then we have Kevin in P4, Archivert in P5, Seagull in P6, and then first in for TCC Community Racing was Hodgson in P7. Then we had Shelty in P8. Well done. Moving down to P9 with Arumas. P10 was Redacted. And P11 was Ekoa. And P12 was Sonic, TCR Sonic. And yeah, bringing it home in the end there. So well done. Congratulations to Project 1 Racing. Great result there. It has to be finalised yet. It has to be finalised, obviously, so it's unofficial. But yeah, it's... Project 1 Racing with Project P1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and TCR 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Fastest lap was by Seagull in the end, so a 59.329. Wow, he even almost got close to the 59 seconds. That would have been incredible. But yep, excellent stuff. But yeah, so excellent race. Yeah, that's weather played a part, as we know, and the tyres and the strats also came into play, which was really good there. The racing soft scenario of having to use the racing softs as mandatory tyres also came in as well. So excellent stuff, well done, congratulations. I want to see everybody on there. Well done, congratulations everybody. Yeah, dirty, says Seagull. But yeah, excellent stuff. It was a great race, everyone. So everyone appears to be leaving out of here, so we'll leave it at that, I believe. It's just leaves it with me then to say to you all, thank you all so very much indeed for joining us this evening. This has been a DTR Moomin with the comms for the Community Team Cup, match day 4 for TCR versus P1R, sorry, X. So that's the top team for Project 1 Racing. They have 2 teams in this series, one in Group A and one in Group B. So yeah, they've come out on top with TCR on match day 4. So excellent stuff. Well done, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Dave. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome. Absolutely enjoyable. Again, enjoy the track anyway. I love High Speed Ring. It's a great track. I think it can be a lot of fun. Indeed, so really enjoy that, and so yeah, congratulations to Project 1 Racing, and also congratulations to TCR as well, putting some great racing together, some great battles, and yeah, you never really knew exactly how that was gonna come out in the end. It was pretty close all the way through there, and it didn't really come out until maybe the last 2 or 3 laps, 4 laps, and then the strats did play out in the end, but it was very close. And again, you see, the scores don't always show you everything, because again, it was a lot closer race than you would than it shows, to be honest with you. So great battling, great racing between the teams. Well done to both of you. Thank you very much to everyone for joining in tonight. And it just leaves from me to say bye bye for now, and I shall just leave you with that to finish on. So bye bye for now. Thank you very much for joining in and stopping by. Remember to like if you've enjoyed what you've seen. And look forward to seeing you again soon, and take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.